Made it to Metz in France, so I've come from Luxembourg, Canton, all the way down to Metz. I'm going to have a look how far that is. Shortly, might be reporting 100 kilometres in a day. It's about 6:30 at night. So this is a municipal campground and it's €4. But look what's behind me. Fantastic river. Swans. And I know swans can be a bit vicious. Not sure what this river's called, but it goes through Metz. And this campsite is almost in the centre of town. This Metz is built around the river, it's on both sides of the river. Well, that's my view for the evening. So yesterday I was really good. I went and got some food from the supermarket, some packet food. Got some noodles, some rice, just things that are quick to whiz up and cheap. All I need is water, I've got gas. But I just had a wander around the campsite and found roast chickens. So I've cheated. I'm having a beer, half a chicken and enough chips to feed a family of 4, but I'm hungry enough to eat them. So it's 7 o'clock at night, glorious sunshine, fantastic view. And I'm going to relax and eat my dinner. Well, I'm in a lay-by, very nice one actually. So I've been riding all day. It's rained a lot today. I've not made the kind of progress that I thought I'd make. I've only done maybe 30 kilometres, where yesterday I did 100 kilometres. So completely different kind of day, new hills. It's probably about 6:30 now, and I'm just exhausted. Now I do believe in France you're permitted to sleep in lay-bys, and if not, I think they bend the rules for people with push bikes, because you can't just turn the key and drive off. But all I've done is on a quick setup. It's quite tidy around here. It's just grass. Put my tarp between 2 trees, not centre. In fact, we'll go outside and have a look. It's strapped up between a couple of trees, a ridge line. And originally I was going to put the hammock up, but I thought, no, the floor's okay. I'll just make it a bit low profile, sleep on the floor. Ridge line across, just put a loop in that end, and a trucker's hitch at that end. And then we've got some prusik knots so I can tighten it, get the tension, strapped it against the fence at the bank. So that's tonight's setup. I've took the bike under, really, because it's got the pannier covers on and the bright red, so people can see them from the road. What I'll do is, I'm going to get my stuff out. I've got a system, bedding in the back and food in the front. I could actually, if I didn't bring any gadgets, I could have 3 panniers. I've left a space under this side, so if anybody does come I can see them. I am expecting a visit from the police in the evening, because I think with the police driving past and seeing me, then they're probably going to come and check on me. There's not much they can do really. Comfy cell in the evening would be nice. Good morning from Middle Earth. Well, France feels like Middle Earth. It's sort of a big farm with a few villages and towns plotted in between. You go through a village and then it's miles of just farmland and nothing, no shelter, a couple of parking bays until the next village, and then the same all over again. Packed up camp this morning already. I was woke up reasonably early, about 7 o'clock, with lots of cars passing on this main road. I do know I'm near a town, so probably people going to work in the morning. Nice view, weather's okay. Bike's running well. I mean, for a bike that has been said that it's only for nipping around the shops, it's done really well. Yesterday I had a flat tyre. I don't know if it's the valve or somebody let it down over a couple of days when I was at the campsite. But yesterday morning started with a chocolate choco pan, almond croissant and a flat tyre. This is where I camped yesterday. Packed it all up quickly this morning just in case I had to move. But because I'm in a parking bay, I just stayed and made coffee to warm myself up. So I found myself a nice picnic spot about 40 miles away from Strasbourg. So I just laid everything out to dry: tent, tarp, clothes, banana, and I'm going to cook myself some lunch. As long as that cloud, it's a dark cloud over there, as long as that stays away, I'm going to stay here a few hours. Been cycling for 5 hours today. I've got deafness here, which is really annoying. I'm exhausted. So I'm going to have a proper lunch. I've got some rice, so I'll have savoury rice and some coffee. I'm in a village called Langate on the D27 in between Metz and Strasbourg. I'm closer to Strasbourg. I stopped for a quiche, sandwich and coffee. This afternoon's turned out to be a bit hellish. Stopped at a picnic area and made myself some rice, lay everything out to dry, and the sky turned black and it chucked it down. So I strapped the tarp between two trees to make cover and then packed everything away underneath the tarp. I then cycled for another, well, it was 3 o'clock and the back tyre had gone down, so I thought I'd take it off, see if I've got a puncture or not. I think it's the valve because it took all day to go down. So I have a valve tool, cleaned the valve, put it all back together again. Couldn't really get more than 40 psi in and I need 50. So going was a bit sluggish. And then when the bike was upside down and I was spinning the wheel, I've noticed a flat spot. So I need to find a bike shop and get a new back wheel. Well, it's 7:30 in the morning. Behind me is Decathlon. Came here yesterday at about 7 at night. And I'm looking at bikes, looking at new panniers, weighing up whether to get another bike if that's going to be more cost effective than getting a back wheel for this, because it would mean getting a new cassette, possibly a new chain setup. Also the back wheel on here is oval. The cost of, well, what I was thinking was the front wheel bearings are moving a bit. So we've got 2 wheels, minimum 20 quid each, so that's 40 quid. And I need some panniers. I was thinking there's a possibility, oh, on the cassette that's probably another 20 quid. So that's 60 quid before I get started. And panniers I need to get some reasonable ones, easy to get on and off, and some luggage elastics to hold everything on the rack. Problem was, the store was closing at 7. I had a look at 2 bikes. One was hardtail, BT Win, 145 euros. It was a nice bike, reasonable size, lightweight, but 145 euros is probably 110 quid, so it's not going to be much of a bike. It's not going to take some punishment. All the other bikes, bar one, had front suspension, so the problem there is front panniers. It's quite specialised, I think, to put front panniers on a suspension bike. So there was another one, it was 229 euros. Not a bad bike, apart from it had 28-inch wheels. Now all that would mean was I'd have to get some 28-inch inner tubes. Certainly throughout Europe I can pick up tyres if necessary. So that'll give me better rolling radius, so it should make it easy. It was 21 speed as well, so was the hardtail. But leaving here at 7 o'clock, went down to our hotel. It was 69 euros, and I was prepared to pay it for a shower and a shave and a change and a sleep in a bed, but it was full. I cycled around the local area. There was camping for motorhomes, so no tents. Carried on and went around a park. The park had potential, but it was still early enough where you'd have joggers and people out. So I then cycled around, and it turned out, couldn't find anywhere. Got to about 11 o'clock at night and I decided to sleep between the road, a hedge and a fence of a place called Brick, which is like B&Q. Only problem is security guard came round and moved me on. I hadn't even got my head down, I just got my gear out. So I packed up the gear there, rode around again, couldn't find anywhere, it was getting to midnight. I had a look on my navigation, nearest campsite on the navigation was 5 miles away. The security guard was saying it was on 3 kilometres away. So I rode rode by a river, no joy. So I headed to the railway station, it was closed. Went round through the car park on the back and there were some steps going down into the station. They were shut, but around it was a raised plinth. It was quite tidy, it was lit up, and I was next to 2 monitors that said the times of the trains. And the first train out was 1 minute past 5. So I thought if I wait there and anybody approaches me, or any officials or security approach me, I can say I'm waiting for that train and they just leave me alone. So I put my sleeping mat down. I didn't really sleep much at all. I saw 1 o'clock, quarter past, half past, quarter to 2, and then I must have nodded off for maybe an hour. I wasn't disturbed, it was quite open. A couple of trains went past throughout the night, so they woke me up. I woke up about 4-ish, 4:30, and it was thick fog. It's still around now, you might be able to see some over there. Trees just poking up from the fog, and it was cold, so I put my tarp over me. And then a railway worker came past and said hello, and then the train station started to open. Packed all the gear up, watched the 1 minute past 5 train set off to Strasbourg, and then went round to the front of the station and went in the concourse of the station. It was a lot warmer, so I hung around there for a couple of hours. Well, an hour and a half. This guy kept coming in, he asked me for a cigarette first of all. Quite smart, but obviously a homeless person. Asked me for a cigarette, then kept coming back into the station and chatting with me. His English was very good. He says he was a nuclear engineer and his life fell apart. His wife left him. His wife fell apart. He's homeless now. So it can happen to anybody. I felt a bit homeless last night because I was looking for somewhere nice to camp out, a couple of trees to put the hammock up, or a campsite. Like I say, even a hotel. Didn't happen. I had one of the worst nights ever. So I've been to a garage that's already open, got some water because I didn't have any water last night. I've just made myself a brew in the car park. And then when Decathlon opens, I'll go in and make the decision about the bike. If I buy a new bike, probably the hardtail, and we'll see how it goes. Then I'll have to transfer the racks over, and then go back in and buy panniers for the rack. Looks like I'm going to be here at least the morning, and then 14 miles away is a campsite, heading towards Strasbourg. That's where I'm going to head for the day. Probably a couple of days at the campsite if it's not too expensive, because then I've got Strasbourg, Mulhouse, which that's going to take a couple of days as well. Then Basel, Basel, which I believe is the start of Switzerland, and then we go from there. But a lighter bike might be better. One of my concerns is I've had bar ends on this one. It's a twist grip to change the gears on the hardtail, but I still think I can fit bar ends on. I might have to treat myself to a new helmet and some bike light. So it looks like I'm going to spend a few £100 here and then continue. It's a lovely day, which is a good sign really. I mean, last night was clear. I was warm until about 4 o'clock and then I was freezing. But I need a shower, I need a shave, I'll need to wash my clothes, and I've got some new clothes I bought, I could wear them. So we'll see how today goes. Sorry it's been a long vid, but it's been a long night as well. So for 2 days now I've been pushing uphill, struggling, and it's always been up, but I think I found out why. Col du Valsberg, altitude 652 metres. So I'm hoping from this sign it's 652 metres down, because I need some water. There's some strange building here, military, and there's some military towers back there as well, so obviously because it's high up, they use it for telecommunications. Today, I seem to be 652 metres above sea level. That explains a lot. But nice day. Well, good morning from the tent this morning. I'm in between Saarburg and Strasbourg in a place called Doab. I'm in a forest. Crazy day yesterday. Bought a new bike, got that all set up. spent half a day in Decathlon car park. I then aimed just to go a short distance to a campsite 14 miles away, except it was 14 miles up. I spent most of the day pushing the bike. Beautiful forest, but killer roads. There was one road that went down for a long time, that was excellent, but the majority of them was just up, 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 up. And I can see the road that I've got to go up next is up again. I spent most of the day yesterday pushing the bike, absolutely knackered, sweat pouring off me. I arrived at the campsite about 6 o'clock, set up the tent, grabbed a shower, got something to eat. Yeah, I got some new panniers. The best, the good, better than the old ones, but it's difficult to distribute the weight. Still have to keep front panniers. I'd like to get some new front panniers, but I didn't have any in the shop. It's a nice day today. It started off a bit dull, but the sun's come out. Feeling a bit lonely today, I suppose. I'm missing human contact where you can have a conversation with somebody, and I miss the kids. Yeah, it's weird. Getting to the 500 mile mark is good. And when you get to the 500 mile mark, the cycling becomes easier because you've done it for quite a bit. Organisation becomes a lot easier. Now I need to carry a lot more water. I went and got myself another water jug. I was just putting litre and a half bottles in the bottle rack on the bike. Just breaks either the bottle or the rack. So I've got a litre and a half of water I could carry, which isn't enough. I need to keep stopping and getting water. Budget's not going well at all. Spent about, not including all the bike and the gear, I spent about €25 yesterday on food and drink. I need to figure that out, cut that down, get to a supermarket. Also noticed I'm not taking any photos with the Canon because it's been buried in the bag. So with these new panniers, it's got a side panel. This side I've got solar charger, cameras on the other bag. Put the camera so I can get it out quicker, stop and take some photos and enjoy the scenery. Got the tablet on charge, but now that still is a pain. Put it on fastest settings instead of the shortest distance, and I suppose it's keeping me to tarmac. I'm in a gruelling forest and I've been in it all yesterday afternoon, so we'll see what today brings. I was going to stay here another day because I'm so achy, but I've managed to have a hot shower, change my clothes, ravioli for evening meal and a beer. This morning I had a breakfast in a tin. Coffee didn't turn out very well though, it seemed to have separated, so I don't know why. It's a 3-in-1 sachet and it just was like black coffee with milk floating on top. It was a bit weird. So it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm not rushing to pack, but I've nearly packed. I'm going to load up the bike and set off, and I'm just heading a short distance today. I'm only aiming to get out of this forest. After the flat ground, I think it's the 29th, Friday, August the 29th. So we've been at this 24 days. Those 24 days isn't a lot, really, especially to come nearly 600 miles when you've never done it before. So I'm going to start to take it a lot easier, I think, for a bit. Get some more photos, keep taking regular breaks. I mean, the day I took loads of breaks. I think I took a break about every 2 hours, even down to an hour at times. I had a drink and I had something to eat and I had a rest, 20-30 minutes, and I did 100 kilometres, although it was flat. Today, we'll see you get out of the forest. Just give you a quick pan round so you can see where I am. So we've got a football field here. The forest. There's the bike. There's the BT wind. As you can see, still got a sticker up. So, I'm the only person on the campsite as well. It was €3 to stay here. Because it's in the middle of nowhere. So, start my day. So I've just had flambe with cheese. It's a bit weird, really. It's sort of a very thin pizza with some sour cream on it, some ham, onions, and then cheese. And they charge you $7.50 for it. So making a killing there. Tonight I've set up a hammock because it's really comfy. And then what I might do before I sleep is drop the tent. It looks like rain, but it'll be snug as a bug in a rug in there. It's really comfy. Here's the new bike. It's got my washing on at the moment, but just a cheap mountain bike. It's running really well. I need a few bits and pieces tweaking soon because cable stretch and things like that. Really nice. I need to change these bar ends, the angle of them, so it's easier riding around. Some people would say I'm a little crazy at cycling 600 miles to Molshiem, but I disagree. because this is the home of Bugatti. So tomorrow I'm going to find the main street where you have all the Bugatti factory, the museum, the hotel that they built, and have a nosy round and find out a bit more about Bugatti. So I didn't know it was here, but apparently it is. So I'll check it out tomorrow. Hopefully the weather stays nice. If it's raining, I'll stay another day. If not, I'll move on. Some people might say that cycling 600 miles from London to Molshiem is crazy, foolish, even insane. But I disagree, because Molshiem is the home of Bugatti. But outside the Bugatti Foundation, founded in 1999 by Ettore Bugatti, who's 28-year-old, and he brought an Italian precision car company to Molshiem, France. But it's very Switzerland around here, because you're cycling through the village, lots of wooden beam buildings, like this one here for example. That one's actually rough compared to some of them. But I'm outside the Bugatti family, well, the house of the Bugatti family, and also the foundation. So this is the museum for the family. And for the next 6 kilometres, as long as I stay on the right road, I should pass the test track and the production plant, Bugatti SAS. So a little bit further back, 1 kilometre down the road, outside the Hotel Bugatti. I find it quite funny, it's only a 2-star. I think Bugatti would be a 5-star. It's not, this is the Bugatti Hotel. I'm on the 6 kilometres of road that's basically owned by Bugatti. We'll be coming up to the test track in the factory soon. But it's Sunday, we're all shut. Nice hotel. Nice to have a receipt for now to say. Well, I just passed a large aeronautical manufacturers. Wasn't sure what they made. They're celebrating the 50th year, but I just discovered what they made. They make undercarriages with bits with the wheels on them. Anyway, you know what I mean. Looks like it's going to chuck it down, but there's a petrol station here. Hopefully they sell coffee or shelter here. This road doesn't take me where I want to go, it takes me to the motorway. So I'll have to come back, or it's all the Bugatti road. So I'm going to continue, grab a coffee if I can, shelter from the rain, and see if we can get to Bugatti's headquarters. So another Bugatti spot, Chateau Saint-Jean. Sunday, closed. It's typical, just left McDonald's, which is over there. It started to rain, but here is Bugatti's HQ. So there's a gap in the fence. That's headquarters of Bugatti. So I don't think I'll go back to McDonald's, so I just need to find some shelter with them. Get out of the rain! Typical. But I've done the Bugatti 6 kilometre route, which was quite easy, and it was a cycle path. A couple of days ago it was 650 metres up, and now it's back to being flat, which is good. Get some miles in. Check the map and get set off. I've cycled round to the side of Bugatti. I've come into the entrance. It's Sunday, it's shut. This is the Bugatti HQ and the Bugatti flags. Just behind you, in front of me, is a helipad. Didn't find the test track, but it is along this road. I think I've got to backtrack to pick up the cycle path for Eurovelo 5 to continue. It's been spitting, and I'm sure it's going to be that fine rain that soaks you through. It's good to have been here. This is the Bugatti residence next to the HQ, and there is a deer in their grounds just looking at me. Oh dear. And now outside Bugatti College. It's not planned, I just keep coming across these things. Place La Royale Bugatti. Amazing. We just crossed the train track. There's a train coming now. There it goes. So I need to find the Eurovelo 5. The rain's held off a little bit. Just spit in. I'm having a good day so far. Well, I'm absolutely exhausted. Mainly because I'm pushing uphill. I'm deep in the French vineyards. The vineyards where the grapes are here. About 6 or 7 kilometres outside Molshiem. I've had a good look around the Bugatti places, but Sunday all closed. This is nice and peaceful. It's a bit tough at times with the hills. This is where the French wine comes from. I think it's a couple of months before it's ready for picking. I'm not going to eat any because I don't fancy bad stomach. Just in case. So ladies, this is where it all starts. It ends up in front of you in a glass. So I'm sure you know there's a green grape and there's a black grape. But it's not a case of squash the green grape, get white wine. Squash the black grape, get red wine. Because when you squash both grapes, it's clear. And what makes red wine is the skin from the black grape. So you still have some of the green grape in there, and you'd also have the black grape in there because the juices are clear, but they add the skin of the dark grape to make red wine. Rosé isn't a combination of both, it's just a different pressing of the juice of the grape with the skin from the black grape. Also, here's a tip. It will tell you on the label the winery it's come from, where it's originated from. It'll also tell you on the cork where it was bottled. So you can find out if you've got a decent wine if the cork matches the label. Because lots of these vineyards send their grapes off to distilleries all over the world, well, probably all over France in this case. They make various kinds of wine. To tell if you've got a true quality wine, just compare the label with what's on the cork, because it's always stamped on the cork where it's bottled. So if it's grown in these regions of France, for example, that'll be on the label. But if it's different on the cork, it means this batch of grapes was sent somewhere else and bottled somewhere else. If it's the same region on the cork, it was picked, processed and bottled here. I'm in Turkheim. I'm at a cafe. I'm just about to have an omelette, got coffee, and this is my 1,000 kilometre mark. I checked the GPS and it's spot on, so it's actually 621 and a bit miles, but I'm having a 1,000 kilometre breakfast. Well, I think I found a house I'd like. It looks like Rapunzel, oh, take two. I think of bloody cars as well. Well, I think I found the house I like. La Petite Vettelsheim. I'm about 50 miles, maybe less, away from Switzerland. And there's this gorgeous vineyard. It's closed. It's Tuesday, I think. I don't know why it's closed. So at 2:30 on the 2nd of September at La Petite Vettelsheim. I'm sure it's Vettelsheim. It's lovely. It's very Disney, isn't it? But it's good. We're heading to, well, I'm heading to Mulhouse, which is just before Switzerland. That's a good 40 miles away, so I won't make that today. I'm having a lazy day. I spent 2 hours sat at a table at a cafe, having omelette, 2 coffees, and then a crepe to finish off with. I can stop doing things like that. But yes, things are going well. Weather's nice today. Got the jacket off. We found a nice place. Need to zoom in on the. I'm just here on the website so we can remember it. www.petit-wetto.com. Now that sounds like a pervy website, isn't it really? That's like small golden showers, not beautiful chateau. And I've just ruined that video clip by saying that, haven't I? Never mind. Off we go.